It's your boy Glenn coming to you for the win, yep! And welcome back to my channel, guys. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how I became a flight attendant. So starting off back in 2014, I was working for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Great company, great job, great group of people that were around me. But the everyday life, the day-to-day life is really hard on someone. Especially when you get to the position of the assistant manager position, which is where I was before I decided to leave. That position, you literally are basically running the entire branch and maintaining your employees. At that time is what they're called, the MTs, and you have to deal with back end stuff as you're still learning to become a branch manager, and you're dealing with running the front, which is making sure the counters are taken care of, the customers are coming in are greeted, you're typing them up, you're showing contracts if your employees are already showing some, or if they're out getting more cars for you and things like that. So basically, when you're an assistant manager at Enterprise, you have to work a lot and work hard. You're the first one at the office and you're the last one to leave majority of the time. During my time there at 32D6, that's the San Pedro branch out in California, I had to be there by 7 or 7:30. I think it's 7. Yeah, I had to be there by 7. Then I had to make sure I closed the branch. So we didn't leave until 7:30, 7:45 most times. I'm there from 7 a.m. to 7:30, basically Monday through Friday. And then depending on which weekend it was, some Saturdays, we had to work the half days. That branch, even though it's a really small branch, we had to handle the cruise seasons because crews go into the Long Beach port and the San Pedro port. Sometimes I'll be working literally like 7 days a week. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That ran me low. And so I was talking to one of my friends who was my Sans. If you don't know what a Sans is, she's Greek. I'm an Alpha, she's an AKA. She went to Cal State East Bay. Her name is Brittany. Shout out to you. She was a flight attendant for SkyWest at the time. And she was like, yo Glenn, I'm getting ready to go apply for some mainline airlines, and I think you'll be perfect for the job because you're friendly, you're personable, you talk to people all the time. I felt like it'd be great. I'm sitting there to myself thinking like,
well, I have a great job that's paying me well, still here with good people.
But I've always wanted to get paid to travel, and that's what kept ringing in my mind. Like I always want to get paid to travel, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and give this a shot. And so she basically talked to me, and we talked every day, getting everything mentally prepared, help me build my resume, helped me realize where I needed to go for my assessment. She helped me do all the application process for Delta, and she was applying to multiple airlines as well for mainline. By the way, SkyWest is a regional airline. Delta, American, Spirit, Southwest, United, those are mainline airlines. So yeah, I go through this process where, at that time the process was for us to turn the application, do an assessment, do a video interview, phone interview, in-person interview, and see how it goes. So for me, I'm going step by step through this, all in my mind thinking, if I don't make this work, I still have this job that's paying me well, has benefits, gets discounts on cars, still working with great people. So I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm just kind of going through the process thinking like, if this doesn't work, I gotta fall back, I got a plan. First thing goes first, we go through, immediately I get an email back saying, okay G, we like you. I was like, word? Y'all like me? You know what I mean? Alright, well let's continue with this. We're gonna roll and see where we're going with this, right? Busted that out. So next is the video interview. Now, this is where things get a little tricky. Video interview, they give you only a couple days to do it. I think they give you 3 days. They gave us 3 days, and they give you practice problems. So they give you practice once to go through in the STAR interview method, and I decided, I was like, okay, well let me use this first day to practice these, and then I'm gonna do it on the second day. But the key is you wanna have good lighting, and you wanna be professionally dressed, and you want to smile, you want to have all that stuff taken care of. Only time that I had was on my lunch break while I was still working at Enterprise. So on my lunch break, I went into this Rite Aid parking lot because I used to always go over there for ice cream. I like ice cream, and it was right next to like a Burger King or something. So I just go to Burger King, give me some Rite Aid. Well, on my phone, I had to download the services that they were going to be using. And so the lighting was perfect. It wasn't a gloomy day. It wasn't raining. I'm already dressed professionally because at Enterprise we had to wear a suit and tie at the time. We didn't have to always have the jacket on, but I always wore the jacket anyway, so it worked out. So then I'm holding the phone, looking, smiling in the camera, being myself with the personality. They asked the question. It's like a robot. You're talking to a computer. You're talking to yourself, which is the weirdest part. It's kind of like what I'm doing now. How I have to look into the camera lens, so when I'm talking to you, it looks like I'm talking to you directly in your face. I guess all they did was give me practice for this. So you're literally doing that same thing, but I'm holding it in my phone in the car, right? Boom, like this. And they ask you, the question pops up and it goes 3, 2, 1, and you give your best answer with your nice smile and your response, and you show your personality, and you make sure you answer the question. And you do that, boom. And then I think it was like 3 to 5 questions that you had to answer. Then boom, literally within a couple hours, or no, this one was like the next day, they sent an email saying they're gonna conduct a phone interview with me and that they'll call. But they didn't say that they're gonna call from a certain number or a private number or a block number, which is what it came from. So it was Saturday and we were at an Enterprise basketball gathering. It was like a company gathering, but it was also a basketball tournament. So I'm playing and I'm balling out, I'm hooping. I'm like, and one, throw that lob to me, bro, shout out. And all that was going on. Then in between games, I went and checked on my phone, see what's going on. And I got a call, but it said unknown number. Usually I don't pick up unknown numbers. So guess what I did? I didn't pick up that unknown number. Boom, then I got a voicemail. And I was like, oh crap, I just missed this opportunity. And so I shot an email to say, hey, I just got a voicemail and didn't know, because it was a Saturday. First of all, I didn't think they were gonna call on a Saturday. So then they called back and I answered. I was like, hello. And it's like,
hi, you in a good position to do your phone interview right now?
And I was like, actually, no. I'm in the middle of a basketball tournament for my current company. It's like, is there any way we can reschedule? And then they said,
sure, we'll call you again at another time within the next couple of days.
I was like, okay, great. Now, mind you, if I would have known, I would have never postponed that call. Only because now realizing that Delta is a seniority-based company, you want to get in as quickly as you can. But it just happened to be the next day, which was Sunday. They called and then I answered and they asked me a few questions. They asked if I had a valid passport. They asked me if I was willing to relocate for this job. And of course, I'm like, yeah, I'll do what I gotta do. I wanna get this job. I wanna fly. I've always wanted to fly ever since I was little. And so boom, that went well. And I was like, okay, well, we'll get back to you shortly. Boom. This time, it was a couple hours later, got an email and they said, we would like to invite you to the in-person interview in Atlanta. And they gave me some slots and times. They said, choose when you want to go. I said, bet. I chose the first day and the first time. Not knowing when I actually chose it that was the time of my interview. I'm thinking that's the time of the flight out to go for an interview. And, that's just to let you guys know. Make sure you read carefully everything, okay? Just a little tip. And so, yeah, that was like, here we go, you guys. So now I had to come up with something in order to get 2 days off of work, because one was a travel day and the next day was the day of the interview. So what I told my branch manager was that I have to be out for a couple of days. I have to go to Atlanta for some family stuff, which was not technically a lie. I did go out there. I did see some family and all things were good. So I went out there, I did the interview, and at that time, it's literally the process of if they want you or not, because they gave you 3 different sections in the in-person interview. It was like the group setting, it was like 60 people in there, and they split you up in 3 groups, and one group went to do the face-to-face, one group went to do a group activity here, and there was another group activity that they put you off into another room just to see how you talk and how you interact. So I was in the interacting one first. We talked, we introduced, then I went to the group, then I went to person. Then after all that wrapped up, they had us sit there and they started calling off people's names. And at that time, you don't know what they're calling their names for. I don't know if they're calling you to say thank you, but no thank you, or if they're calling you to say, you got the job or whatever the case may be. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just listening to people's names be called. But for me, knowing that my name starts with a W, my last name starts with a W, I was not tripping. I was like, I'm gonna be one of the last ones to be called if I'm called for any reason. So I was just sitting there chilling, waiting it out. And then at that particular time, lo and behold, I got called and it was like, oh yeah, we just need to get some more background information on you. And what that meant at that particular time, I'm sure they switched it up now. I've been flying for 4 years, almost 5 years. What that meant was they took us back and said, congratulations, you got the conditional job offer. We do need more information, get your thumbprints and do a background check. and all that stuff. So at that time, I'm like, oh snaps, I'm good. I knew my background check would be good. I don't ever do anything. I don't do nothing wrong. You know, and for this job, you can't do drugs or can't smoke weed or anything like that. I don't do any of that stuff. And I'm just sitting there like, wow, this is really happening. This is really happening. That's kind of how I got started becoming a flight attendant. And so with that being said, it's just crazy. 1 second. I'm gonna get some water. I'm kind of parched. All right, so yeah. Thanks for waiting, you guys. Whew, I made it. I got the job offer. Now this background check gotta go through, and then tell me what's next. You go get your drug test and all that stuff. You send it in, and they hit you with the date for us to start training. And once that went through, that's when I put my 2 weeks in, because it was exactly 2 weeks prior to me going to training. Training is a whole nother beast in itself, but that's for another video. This is just how I became a flight attendant. Clearly, I made it through training and through probation, because I've been doing it for 4 years, and as you can see from the videos I got going on now, I'm still doing it, and I'm loving it. So if any of you ever think about becoming a flight attendant, my suggestion is do it. Do it. What do you have to lose? If you're worried about having a family, having a kid, I have a family, I have a kid, I have a wife, I still do it. Although I didn't start this job doing that, I do have it now, and I'm still doing it, and I'm loving it. So that's just to give you a heads up. There's a lot of women who are flight attendants who are pregnant, and they love it, and they're able to come and have their kids and go to work and come back and see their kids and see their families. So any questions that you guys may have about flight attendant life or anything, like, feel free to comment that down below, especially if you need it coming from a male's perspective. There's a lot of female YouTubers that are flight attendants, but not that many males, so I'm gonna hold it down for the men. Any males have any questions about how it is, what it's like to really be a flight attendant as a male, whatever you guys have questions about, come talk to me, put the comments down below, and definitely make sure you guys subscribe, like, share this video, subscribe to the channel, share with your people. Let's get this thing going, all right? So at this time, I'm just let y'all know that you have reached Glenn. Holla back at me again. Peace.